Hi everyone, Mr. H here. So good to see you again. And today we're going to take all the rhythm stuff that we've been learning over the past couple classes and put it together in a big rhythm review and then play a rhythm game at the end. So we're taking everything that we've learned, the quarter notes, the half notes, the dotted notes, the 16th notes, putting them all together and making a big review. So let's get started. To begin, I want to see what you guys remember about certain notes. So let's take a look at this rhythm. We have this one right here. How many beats does this note get? And also, do you remember the name of the note? We've seen it before. We use it a lot. Do you remember? Let's take a look. So this is a half note, and it is worth 2 beats. So if you remember, it's an open circle with a stem, so we call it a half note, and it's worth 2 beats. So when we clap it, it goes like this. 1, 2. So we hold for 1 beat, we clap for 1 beat, and hold for another beat. 1, 2. Can we all do that together? Ready? And 1, 2. Very good. All right, let's look at the next one. So this next one, remember, it's a little tricky. How many beats does this note get? We see we have that note. It's got a dot. What does that mean? You guys remember? Let's take a look. So this is a dotted quarter note. It's worth 1.5 beats. So we have a quarter note, which is that filled in circle with the stem, but it also has a dot. So when we're counting this, we count it like this, 1 and 2, because it takes up 1.5 beats. 1 and is the first beat, and 2 is the half. So when we count those, it'll look like this, 1 and 2. Can we try that all together? Ready? And 1 and 2. Very good. All right, let's keep on going. Do you remember what this note is called? And how many beats does it get? We remember this one because it's 2 of them that are tied together. We say that they almost always show up 2 at a time. Do we remember what they're called? Let's take a look. All right, so these are called eighth notes, and they're worth half a beat, and they're usually tied together. So when we see 2 eighth notes, we got to count them like this, 1 and. Each one of those is half a beat, 1 and. Put them together, 1 and. Can we count them all together? Ready? And 1 and. Very good. So we have half notes, dotted quarter notes, and eighth notes so far. Let's see what else we have. Well, what is this note? And how many beats does it get? Now you might think, oh, I've seen this one before, but remember, it's a little different. This one doesn't have a dot on it, so it's just by itself. So do we remember what it's called? Do we remember how many beats it gets? All right, well, that is a quarter note. It's worth 1 beat. Those are very easy. When we clap, we just count, clap and say the number. 1, just 1. Let's try that all together. We'll do 4 quarter notes. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think you guys can do that really well? All right, here we go. Get ready, get ready. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good, very good. All right. Now, what about this one? We've seen this one a lot, but we never really talked about it. So this is a rest, which means we actually don't make a sound when it happens, but we still have to count it. It just says, hey, during this time, you don't make a sound. So do you know what this rest is called? And do you know how many beats it's worth? We've seen it in a lot of our videos. Somebody taking some guesses? Let's take a look. Well, this is a quarter rest, and it's worth 1 beat of silence. So just like the quarter note where we went 1, 2, 3, 4, with a quarter rest, we just go shh for the same length of time. So if we had 4 quarter rests, it'd sound like this. Shh, 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 shh. Think you can do that? 4 quarter rests. 1, 2, ready, and shh, 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 shh. Very good. All right. Well, we're going to take all these together and we are going to do a rhythm challenge based on the song Minuet in G. Now, this one means I need to have you guys split up into 2 groups. So some of you pick playing group 1 and some of you pick playing group 2. Go ahead and do that right now. Just decide, do you want to be a 1 or do you want to be a 2? It doesn't matter which one you do. You're all going to be doing a lot of the same stuff, but it just says what time you do it. So where are my group ones? Where are my group twos? All right. So we're going to watch the video and we're going to see how well you can play the rhythms they give you. Now, here's the tricky part. You're both going to be playing rhythms at the same time. So when group one is playing, so is group two. They're just going to be on the bottom. But then partway through, it's going to flip around. So I'm going to help you by clapping a little bit at a time, each different rhythm. I might start with group one, but then I'll say, oop, I'm switching over to group two, and then I'll start clapping group twos. So we'll try and mix them up together. And if you want to, we can go back and try playing this again and make sure you get both versions. So here we go. Listen to the music, get your hands ready to clap. It says two hands, it's really two groups. Unless you really wanted to try doing two hands. All right, so we're just going down. Group one, you're on top. Group two, you're on bottom. I'm going to start clapping group ones. Ready? 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. Now I'm clapping group two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and back to group one. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2. I'm on group two now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're switching. Group two, you're on top now. Group two's on top. Group two is on top. 1, 2. Group 2, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2. I'm clapping group one now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Group one's on top. 2 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gone group two. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now we switch. Group two's on top. 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm with group one now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Ready and done. All right, that was a really fun, really tricky rhythm review. Did you see how when we switched back and forth, each group got to play the top line? We just kind of flipped when they played. And we saw dotted half notes, we saw quarter notes, and we saw eighth notes, and we even saw a couple rests in there too. So I hope you had fun with that. If you want to go back and play the video again and then pick the other group, so if you were a group one, become a group two. And if you were a group two, become a group one. So you have a chance to play each thing each time. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I know we got spring break coming up, so I hope you all have a good spring break, and I'll see you when we get back. Bye.